Hi, I'm Alex and you're here to watch CEO Girl Tips. I can tell you more about the world of jobs and internships. In today's video, I want to share with you 7 lucky tips on how to create an amazing LinkedIn profile. But first, let's understand the difference between having LinkedIn, a CV or a resume, and why having a LinkedIn profile would be important. You may not realize this, but besides your resume, your LinkedIn profile is what hiring managers and recruiters are looking at when they're trying to fill a certain position. So if your LinkedIn is not on point, you might not even make it to the first round of interviews. By the way, this applies to your CV as well, so it's extremely important for you to have an updated LinkedIn profile that showcases the best version of yourself. And no, I'm not saying you should lie and invent things that aren't true. Now let's jump right into it. 7 tips on how to have an amazing LinkedIn profile, get noticed by recruiters and hiring managers, and become a magnet for any jobs or professional opportunities out there. Number 1, choose a good photo. Oh, what is actually a good photo? As close to reality as possible. A high quality photo and not a blurred, cropped side photo or a photo from your cousin's wedding. Besides your name, your photo is probably the first thing that people look at when they're looking at your profile on LinkedIn. Now, even if you don't want to look stiff or corporate, learn that LinkedIn is a professional platform, therefore it should be taken seriously, and your profile there should reflect the best version of you, and at the same time make you look serious and trustworthy about the job or opportunity you're about to take on. Number 2, choose a headline. Now, there are many opinions about what a good headline is. Now, some say you should have multiple description words that can have a high value and a high impact. I don't necessarily agree, but I don't necessarily disagree either. I think you should put your aim job as your headline. Therefore, for example, if you are a good content writer and you like this kind of stuff and you're looking for gigs that will get you into that direction, I think your headline should be content writer, producer, slash copywriter. The reason why I'm suggesting this is because recruiters are going to find you more easily if you do this. Number 3. Write a "what can I do for you" line. What is this? This is actually a summary of your professional endeavors, if you want to call it, or what you actually can do for somebody. I have not seen this on many people's profile, and therefore I think this is something that can help you stand out. This is a section that needs to be filled in for 2 reasons. One is because it triggers keywords so that recruiters can find you more easily. And 2, because it gives people a better perspective at what you're good at and how they can work with you. Now, I know many of you might be in this situation and you might like what I'm gonna say. So the example I want to give is, if you've worked in events before and you might not know how to position yourself, here's what I think you should say. I help companies extend their marketing strategies into partnership and events that can create brand awareness and generate leads. Number 4, note all your work, but in a summary. What do I mean? You know, many of us, maybe ever since we've started, we started creating Europass CVs or resumes, and we were taught there that we have to write a lot of details about everything we've done in this life, professionally of course. It is 2020 and this needs to stop. You need to become the best version of yourself by having a minimalistic description, but very efficient, so that anybody looking at your profile can understand who you are, what you do, what you've done, and what you can bring on the table if they start working with you. So for example, write podcast and vlog producers instead of saying I have written descriptions and scripts for vlogs and podcasts. The company I was working for was producing, and I was in charge with calling speakers, blah 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 blah. Like, nobody's gonna read that, right? Now, what kind of jobs should include? Of course, 1, your previous work experience, 2, internships, 3, volunteering projects or something that you've done that you're very proud of, or maybe something very close to your heart, and maybe it's a cause you're very involved in. And 4, of course, freelancing projects or smaller projects you worked on, but they were they had a high impact. 5, show off your recommendations. Recommendations are like reviews, hard to get but very efficient. What are LinkedIn like recommendations? They are endorsements of people that have worked with you, and they can say very nice things about what you've done professionally. You can basically ask for a recommendation from almost anybody, not your mother or your brother, but ex-colleagues, ex-managers, ex-directors, CEOs, ex-whatever. 6, add your studies. Now, it doesn't really matter, and I know it might be a big polemic, but maybe it's a discussion for some other time, whether I believe in university schooling or not, but I think it's very important for you if you've had any bachelor or masters, if you've done it, to add it to your LinkedIn, because I think sometimes it can get you on top of the line, mostly because maybe some people are looking for very specific people that have studies in a specific university, and therefore they can find you more easily. Also, if you are one of the people like me that were in Erasmus or have had a lot of international experiences, I think it's very important for you to mention that, because it shows that you're maybe flexible and that you have a very open mind, and you might be able to work very well in an international environment. Last but not least, number 7. And even if there are a lot of apps or extensions like Hunter or Lusha that can determine your email address, so that somebody who wants to talk to you, they can write you, I think it would be very nice for you to leave your contact details somewhere in the page, most probably in the summary. This is not super important, because most of people that want to chat with you, they can send you a direct message on LinkedIn, or they can add you as a connection there. They can discuss things further, but it might be nice to have also, because there are very few people that do this, and it's hard for you to wait for an answer from somebody. That was it for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment in the comment sections below. And I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!